In 1988 in Montreal, a secret meeting of two poets created a song that could change the music world forever. But that song was never released. For 40 years, only two people knew this secret: Bob Dylan and Leonard Cohen. That autumn, both artists were continuing their careers at different points. Dylan was working on the Oh Mercy album and was in a period of creative renewal. Cohen had made a wonderful comeback with the I'm Your Man album, blending modern sounds with folk poetry and taking on a new identity. But the connection between the two was much deeper than music. Both had started as poets before moving to music. While Dylan was reading Ginsberg and Kerouac during his university days in Minnesota, Cohen was publishing poetry books in Montreal. Both believed in the power of words and used this power to create striking song lyrics. But there was also an unspoken competition between them. Who was the better poet? Who wrote deeper? Who was the true master of words? And in the autumn of 1988, in a small studio in Montreal, this silent competition turned into a collaboration. They never told anyone what they wrote, until after Cohen's death, in 2016, when Dylan spoke for the first time. The studio was a small but legendary recording studio in the Laurentian Mountains, outside Montreal. Groups like Rush, Dire Straits, Police had recorded their albums here. Dylan was working in New Orleans for Oh Mercy, but had come to Montreal for a few songs at the suggestion of producer Daniel Lanois. Cohen's presence here was a great coincidence. He was making final touches for his own album. When the two poets met in the corridor, a strange electricity passed between them. Bob Dylan. Cohen smiled. Welcome to Montreal. Leonard. Dylan nodded his head up and down. Your city, mine just a visit. Both followed each other's work, but had never been close. Dylan had read Cohen's poems, especially the novel Beautiful Losers had impressed him. Cohen saw Dylan as the greatest revolutionary of folk music. That night, after finishing their work, Lanois made a suggestion. Why don't you do something together? You're both masters of words. Dylan hesitated. He usually worked alone, but he respected the lyrics Cohen wrote. We could try, Dylan said, but no one will know about this. This will just be fun between two friends. Cohen agreed. Poet friends? Everything stays here. And so began one of music history's most secret songwriting sessions. The studio was quiet. Outside was Quebec's early winter night. Inside, two great poets sat facing each other with their guitars. Dylan played his Martin acoustic guitar, Cohen his Yamaha classical guitar. You start, Cohen said. You're the guest. Dylan played a few chords. C, Am, F, G, simple but effective cycle. Montreal nights. Dylan began to sing impromptu. Cold and clear, stars dancing with ice. Cohen smiled. Very romantic, but Montreal winters aren't that beautiful. Muddy, dark, full of despair. Dylan stopped. How do you see it? Cohen played his guitar. A darker chord sequence. Montreal nights. Behind icy windows/broken hearts trying to warm up. Coffee cold, cigarette finished. Love just a memory. Dylan listened. Cohen's style was different. More European. More melancholic. More existential. We're both right, Dylan said. You're looking from inside. I'm from outside. Same city, different eyes. Can we combine the two? Cohen asked. For the first hour, both tried their own styles. Dylan had a freer approach, loving improvisation, able to suddenly change direction. Cohen was more careful, calculating the place of each word, a perfectionist poet. You're going too fast. Cohen laughed. I have to weigh every word. You think too much, Dylan replied. Say what the heart says. As it approached midnight, something changed. Both began to adapt to each other's rhythm. Dylan slowed down. Cohen relaxed. Around 1 a.m., Dylan found a new melody. Something deeper, more heartfelt. A mixture of gospel and folk. What's this? Cohen asked. I don't know yet, Dylan replied, but I feel something very powerful coming from within. Cohen closed his eyes and listened. The melody took him to church music, to the Jewish rituals of his childhood, to the Zen meditations of his youth. Winter hymn, Cohen whispered. This is a winter hymn. Dylan stopped. Yes, exactly. And they began writing together. Dylan, when winter comes over the city, Cohen, silence falls like snow. Dylan, every breath a prayer. Cohen, every step a worship. This was different. Both were completing each other's sentences, developing each other's thoughts. Dylan's warmth was combining with Cohen's depth. They worked until 3 a.m. The first version of the song was completed. Winter hymn for two voices. Winter hymn for two voices. This is special. Cohen said, very special. We won't tell anyone, Dylan agreed. This is our secret. But they hadn't finished yet. The second part of the song was missing, that darker, more personal part. The next evening, they met again, this time more relaxed, more intimate. The competitive atmosphere of the first night had given way to mutual respect. "I kept thinking last night," Cohen said, "about this song, but also about you. What did you think? You have a freedom I don't understand. You dance with words. I wrestle with words." Dylan smiled. "You have a depth I can't reach. Every word of yours has 3 more meanings underneath." That night, they wrote the second part, more personal, more painful. The losses in both their lives, disappointments, the wisdom and sadness that aging brings. Dylan, a 50-year-old man, still searching for answers. Questions changed, but silence remains the same. Cohen, love came and went, fame came and went. What remains? Only songs and sins. In this part, both dropped their masks. Dylan spoke about the loneliness that fame brings. Cohen told of his struggle with depression. "Music saves us," Cohen said, "or destroys us," Dylan added. "Sometimes it's hard to realize this." Around 4 a.m., the song was completed. 7 minutes long, consisting of 2 parts. A real masterpiece. Neither completely Dylan nor completely Cohen. Something new. The united voice of 2 poets. The third night, they made a simple demo recording together. Cohen's vocal was very clear and deep. Dylan's vocal was more raw but emotional. When they sang together, a rarely found harmony was captured. "This should go on the album," Daniel Lenoir said after listening to the recordings. "Which album?" Dylan asked. "Mine or Leonard's?" This was the problem. 2 different labels, 2 different producers, 2 different visions. Cohen looked quite thoughtful. "This song belongs to both of us. But is the world ready for this? The union of 2 egos?" Dylan understood. Both had very strong and distinctive artistic personalities. Their fans wanted to see them in certain ways. This collaboration could change everything, or confuse it. "Maybe not now," Dylan said. "Maybe never. Or maybe the right time will come," Cohen added. That night, they gave the only copy of the song to Cohen. "You keep it," Dylan said. "It's safer. When will we reveal it?" "I don't know. Maybe never." And for 40 years, the song stayed in Leonard Cohen's home in Montreal. No one knew. Leonard Cohen died on November 7, 2016. Dylan got the news before his concert in Los Angeles. He couldn't go on stage that night. After Cohen's funeral, his family called Dylan. "Leonard left something for you." He went to Montreal. Cohen's son Adam gave him a small box. Inside was a cassette with Winter Hymn for 2 Voices, BD and LC, 1988, written on it. Dylan listened to the cassette and cried. He remembered those Montreal nights from 28 years ago. In 2018, in his rare interview with Rolling Stone, Dylan mentioned it for the first time. "We had done a special project with Leonard. We never released it. Maybe we shouldn't. Some things are too sacred." Can you give details about the song? It was 2 friends' conversation, 2 poets talking late at night, playing with words. It's incomplete without Leonard. In 2020, Cohen's son Adam shared more details. "My father would constantly talk about this song. He'd say, 'That song we wrote with Bob,' but he never played it. He'd say, 'It's too personal. It belongs to those moments.' The song still hasn't been released. Dylan says he won't release it without the permission of Cohen's family. They don't think they're ready yet either. But for music historians, this is a legendary recording, the collaboration of 2 great poets, like John Lennon's Lost Weekend demos, like Bob Marley's unreleased recordings. "Maybe we'll release it one day," Dylan said in his last interview. "Maybe never. We'll do what Leonard would want." Le Studio in Montreal is now closed, but that small recording room had hosted one of the most secret moments in music history. 2 poets, 3 nights, 1 song, and a 40-year secret.